guys, how you all doing today? So I'm back with another lesson. Today's topic is altered pentatonics. Now this is going to tie in really nicely with the lesson I did a couple days ago, and I will post that here. So please go and watch that if you haven't done so already, as it connects really well with the lesson I'm about to show you today. If you do like what I do, please think about subscribing to my channel by hitting the subscribe button below. Please like the video with the thumbs up button and write a comment. If you have any questions or queries, please don't hesitate to ask them. I will answer you and give it my best shot at clearing some confusion up that you may have. So, altered pentatonics. Now, like I said, this is going to connect really nicely with the lesson I did a couple of days ago. In that lesson, I played over a progression which was the 5 chord in the key to the 1 chord in the key. Now, the key was C minor, so the 5 chord was G altered, or we can just use a straight G7. G altered being this with a sharp 5, going to its one chord, going to the 1 chord, sorry, of C minor 7. Okay, you can use a C minor 7, or C minor 9. The altered scale and the melodic minor I talked about was the 7th mode of the melodic minor modes. It was the superloquian. So what you do over the 5 chord, I'll briefly just discuss in the first minute what I did in the first lesson essentially. On the 5 chord, we can play an altered scale. So if you take the G, move it up 1 fret to the A flat, and play a melodic minor scale. It resolves really nicely to that C minor, so I'm playing a G altered there. Now that's just a quick way, if you're just getting into this kind of play, it's a nice way to think of it like that. You take the note that you want, the G in this case, on the 5 chord, move it up 1 fret and play a melodic minor. Now I'm always thinking intervallically, okay? So I'm not thinking, okay, move it up 1 fret and it's A flat. I'm always thinking about the chord I'm playing over, okay? So intervallically, I'm always thinking against the root. But if you're just starting out, it's a really nice way to be able to see it quickly. So move up 1 fret, play a melodic minor scale. Okay, now, altered pentatonics. Now this is for some of you guys who maybe don't even want to learn scales and you're just familiar with pentatonics. Maybe you're just comfortable with the pentatonic scale. Now you can get the sound out of that scale by just using pentatonics. So in this case, over the 5 chord, over the G7, okay, because the loop of the backing track, which I'll post below by the way, like I did last time, it's a Quist backing track. I will post that in the description. Have a jam over it. It's a really good one to just get testing your scales out and your playing. The 5 to the 1, we can now play altered pentatonics instead. If you didn't want to learn the altered scale, if you just know your pentatonics, this is perfect for you. So over the G altered now, okay, the G7 sharp 5, or the G7, however you want to think of it. The backing track is actually a sharp 5, so yeah, let's call it sharp 5. To the C minor, we're going to be playing a B flat minor pentatonic. Why are we playing a B flat minor pentatonic over a G7 chord? What's the relationship? Glad you asked. Over this G7 chord, the reason why B flat minor pentatonic works so well is it contains all the altered notes, okay, and the extensions that we can use to give it that tension, okay, because it's all about tension release. The 5 to the 1 chord is that tension before it's released, the tension before the release. So if you play a B flat minor pentatonic over the G7, so if I play position 5 of B flat minor pentatonic, like I say, it's going to sound really nice over this G7, because if I analyse a B flat minor pentatonic over this G7, so I'm going to play position 5 like I said, which starts on the 4th fret. So just that 5-note scale. If I analyse it against the G, I have the flat 9 here, the sharp 9 here, the flat 5 here, and also the sharp 5. Also the next note would be the flat 7 of G. So I'm analysing this against the G, guys, not against the B flat. I'm playing a B flat minor pentatonic over it, but I'm seeing it against what the G is. So again, flat 9, sharp 9, flat 5, sharp 5, and then the flat 7, obviously of G, is in that as well. So that's why it works really nice. If I unmute the backing track, you'll be able to hear what that's going to sound like. So over the 1 chord, before I do that, the C minor, I'm just playing C minor pentatonic. Just stick to that. If you just want to play pentatonic, that's fine. I could also play C natural minor, C Dorian, and C melodic minor if I like. but then over the G altered chord, I'm just going to play B flat minor pentatonic, okay? So if you just know one position, first position of minor pentatonic, that's B flat, and then the C. So essentially I could just jump from one to the other. It's not going to sound great, but if you just want to get used to playing and thinking that way, jump between the first positions first. So it's going to go to the C minor, so really slowly. Okay, so you could hear at the start I was just getting into it so I could know where my positions are. So over the C minor, I'm playing C minor pentatonic. Over the G altered chord, I'm playing B flat minor pentatonic, because it contains all the notes of that altered scale that I talked about in the previous lesson. So it's a really nice way to just jump in. If you know your pentatonic, you don't have to learn any new scale shapes. Just use that pentatonic scale to create tension and release. What I would do, like I said, is go from position 1 to maybe position 1 of the other one, just so you can hear. Make sure that that your ear understands what you're playing, if that makes sense. So over the B flat minor pentatonic, I'm not thinking of it against the B flat. Remember, I'm thinking it against the G. So if I play this note, for instance, the B flat, that's not my 1. Against the G, it's my sharp 9. So just be careful about how you think over it. I know it's a good shape if you know it, just to blast over it, but really think intervalically as well. That's probably step 2. That's why you must start slow. Okay, so as you noticed just then I started mixing it in. So for instance, if I'm playing around this area of the neck, if I want to play the minor pentatonic of C, I know my position 4 is here, and B flat, I know my 5th position of B flat is here. But you want to do that with everywhere on the neck. So if I'm, say, here, and playing position 3 of C minor pentatonic, I know that my 4th position of B flat is right here. So it's really important to know them on top of each other as well. Don't just have one position and shift. So I just thought that would be an interesting lesson to show today. Altered pentatonics, getting the sound and that tension over the 5 chord before going back to the 1, but without learning many scales, and you can really be nice with it because it's going to make you think differently, and it sounds different to the pentatonics we all know and love. Okay, cheers guys, I'll see you at the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please like the video, write a comment, and also please write below if you would like what you would like to see, what content you want to see me do. If there's any questions about technique, legato, phrasing, improvisation, you let me know what you want me to do. Okay, thanks guys, have a good day.